Hi guys, we're at Softbox Gallery. I'm here with Mila and we're looking at the exhibition
Season of the Changeling.
Season of the Changeling. And I brought Mila here because I felt like she really connected to the exhibition as being a mother of a young child. So she's not an artist, so I thought it'd be good to get a bit of perspective from her to talk about the work from that point of view instead of, through the lens of an artist. So boom. So, what were your first impressions of the show? I remember when we came, you saw the young child, and that's it looked like it kind of shocked you and it reminded you a lot of your son. So, how did you feel about the work in terms of mother son relationship?
So when I first came in and I saw the painting with the little boy, that instantly drew me into remembering my son. And when I looked around, it not only showed the little boy, but it kind of gave the story of pregnancy and the story of motherhood and the different stages that you go through while carrying a child and then becoming a mother. So I guess starting off with this one, which is the actual pregnancy, being in the moment of pregnancy. This one, at first it was kind of weird, but then after thinking about it, I remember when I was pregnant, at like maybe in my last trimester, the feeling of being so not exhausted but tired, kind of like I used to remember thinking that I want to just go to the beach and lie down and just relax, because at that point your body becomes so big and so tired from carrying around this baby, because at that point now it's a full grown baby. So I remember just wanting to go to the beach and just lie down and soak. So this kind of connected to me in that sense, because I could resonate with how this lady is feeling in the painting. I could remember myself just wanting to be in this kind of moment. So it also kind of shows the vulnerability of pregnancy too, because your body is no longer your own. You're now carrying someone else, you're now carrying a baby. And not just any baby, your baby. So your body is now the carrier of this baby, and it shows like a kind of sensitive moment of just forgetting yourself, forgetting shame, forgetting pride, forgetting anything, and just wanting to just relax and enjoy the moment of carrying a child.
So, trying to bring it a little bit back to the idea of art, how did her portray in the work? 'Cause you kind of spoke about it there, haven't seen the woman floating, but how did her portray in the work maybe kind of impact you? Did it maybe make you think back and reflect about your? I guess you kind of spoke about that, but if you could talk about how the imagery or the artistry or maybe even the colors, how she painted it, because you can see that her work is kind of airy. It allows a bit of like fantasy land, but I can't imagine being pregnant is a fantasy in the physical, maybe in other ways, but did the artistry of the work kind of impact you?
So yes, actually, the way it is portrayed does kind of give what was the word you use? Airy? No, there was another word you use. Fairy tale. Okay, so pregnancy in itself, in the physical form, may not feel like fairy-like or anything or magical, but the way that the artist portrayed this, to me, if I could connect to how I was feeling at that point in time, I was feeling like in my imagination I could just go to a place that is exactly how this is painted, with the colors and the calmness of the water. And she showed, I think in the description, she said something about effervescent, and it is portrayed here. I don't know if you remember me telling you, like the gloss of the actual painting kind of, to me it looks like glitter a little bit, I guess because of the colors that she used. So it does tie back into that feeling of feeling majestical and wanting that imaginary place to just escape to at that point in your pregnancy. So I don't know if that kind of ties it back in. So the colors that she used and the calmness of the water, the clouds, the it's like she's in the middle of nowhere. And I think in a point of pregnancy, every mom at that stage kind of feels like you just want to escape to a place where there's nobody else around and you can just be yourself and you can just relax and soak in, literally soak in. And I guess you're literally soaking in the water here, so you're just soaking up the experience of carrying a baby. So yeah, I really love how she portrayed it. It is exactly how I would have wanted to feel and where I would have imagined myself being.